jump on a boat with underwater cameraman Steve Hathaway.
Oh, it's unbelievable, man.
And you quickly feel the passion he has for his job.
I love being on the ocean, but you get underneath and it's a completely different world.
For the past 6 years, Steve's been filming that world in all its spectacular beauty.
The area that the world and Kiwis know about is only 7% of our territory. Part of what I see my role as is I want to bring that 93% to Kiwis and to the world and show off just how cool it is. In my mind, it's even more beautiful underneath the ocean.
Our plan today is to head past Cargo Island in the Hauraki Gulf to one of Steve's favourite dive sites.
Hopefully we'll find some whales or some dolphins, even better some orca.
But halfway there, we find ourselves in the middle of an airborne feeding frenzy.
Man, there's a lot of gannets up here, look at that, that is cool, man. Woo!
Steve's excitement is hard to contain.
Well, here we go, right beside us. Whoa! Whoa! Shoot, look how far down they go. There's just a trail of bubbles that goes so far down there. Isn't that just the coolest thing? Oh, look at this.
Wow.
This wasn't planned, but when the ocean is your job and joy, you don't give up an opportunity like this. In a flash, Steve's donned his wetsuit and grabbed his camera.
You don't want that leaking.
Right, no.
That's an expensive day in the office if it does.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A minute later, he's in. It's this kind of dedication that's seen him capture some of the world's most beautiful underwater pictures.
You have an incredible responsibility, you know, because you want to show things off as beautifully as you can. It is such a special environment, and you get to enjoy the moment again and again later on. You don't enjoy it so much then because the pressure's on. You don't want to waste it, you know, you want to nail it. But the great thing about filming is that that footage has been seen by millions of people, and it's a great way to educate people. It's a great way to show off what we have as Kiwis.
When you look
And what better way to show off New Zealand than helping film part of a major new documentary about orcas?
They're an animal that possesses great spiritual power, not to be meddled with.
I was standing down on the bottom and looking up towards the surface in really clear water, and this large orca come up, and literally it's probably only about a metre or so from the front of my camera. After the sun had gone down, this pod of orca were hunting in the shallows, and I followed them in, and they turned around in front of me and they come up and they looked at the camera, and then they just moved on and they dropped this large ray right in front of me.
Last month, it was a different type of marine mammal that caught his attention.
Hey, we've got a common dolphin here, and it's got a net that's tangled around its pectoral fin.
Steve's friend filmed these pictures on his iPhone. The dolphin is struggling to breathe, so Steve jumps in to help.
What happened was the rope was actually embedded into its forehead, and so I couldn't actually just pull the rope off. It wasn't a matter of doing that, so I actually had to pull myself right up next to his eye and cut it off. You know, I've had way over 10,000 hours on the water and never seen that before, and to be part of that is unbelievable.
After an hour in the water, Steve finally calls it a day.
How was it down there?
Yeah, it was a little bit clearer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get National Geographic footage out of it.
Yeah.
It's not that clear, it's only probably 4 or 5 metres, but you'll definitely see gannets diving in front of you.
I want to bring stories of the ocean into the Kiwi story. That when Kiwis talk about New Zealand, when people overseas talk about New Zealand, they're not just talking about Kias and Kiwis, they're talking about some of the amazing animals and some of the amazing vistas that we have underwater as well.
And he's determined to make that happen any way he can.
I want to show that off as beautifully as I can, you know, and so people go, mate, I thought the Kiwi story was great before, but it's all that as well. This is unbelievable, and it's worth looking after as well.